Abu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I will show you how can we dictate the outliers from the data set. So we will be calculating outlier using Zscore. Okay. So as a prerequisite, there are two things are there. One is Zscore. One is we need to discuss about empirical rule. Okay. So Z-score, first I will tell you the formula. Z-score formula is x minus mu by sigma, where x is the number and mu is the mean and sigma is the standard deviation. Okay. So by definition, Z-score is a numerical measurement that describes a value's relationship to the mean. Okay. So it usually says that if the data point value is a Z-score is 2.5, that means it is 2.5 standard deviation away from the mean. Okay. If Z-score is 0, which means the data point value and the mean value both are same. So for example, let me try to draw here. Okay. Consider a normal distribution. Consider this as a normal distribution. Okay, so this is not, my drawing is not accurate, but consider this as a normal distribution. Okay, so if this is mean, consider this as a mean 0. Okay, and this is first standard deviation, and this is second standard deviation, and this is third standard deviation. So when we go from mean to right, it will be our positive values, and if we go from left, it will negative standard deviation. It is first standard deviation, and it is second standard deviation, and it is third standard deviation. Okay, if a point value, so for example, we have a value called x is equal to 5, and in a data set, so we have a data set, and the 5 is a data point in that data set, and if it is Z-score is 2.5, that means it is 2.5 standard deviation away from mean. So it will be somewhat here. Okay, so this will tell how much far the point is away, how much away from it is from the mean. Okay, and we can use this formula to calculate the Z-score. Okay, now we can talk about empirical rule. Okay, so this is also called 68, 95 and 99.7 rule. Okay, so consider this is our mean. Okay, this is our mean. Okay, then this is our first standard deviation, and this is our second standard deviation, and this is our third standard deviation. Okay, going to right, we have first standard deviation and second standard deviation and third standard deviation. Okay, so in a normal distribution or Gaussian curve, we can say that 68% of data is belongs to this first standard deviation. See this area has 68% of data. Okay, and altogether first and second standard deviation have 95% of data. Okay, and the first, second and third standard deviation, okay, this area have like 99.97% of data. Then after this third deviation, after this third standard deviation, okay, we will consider the data as a outliers. Okay, so what we actually do, we actually calculate the z-score of the particular data. Then we will check it is away from 3 standard deviation. Okay, if the z-score is more than 3 standard deviation, we will consider it as a outlier. Okay, so that is the theory part. Now I will show you how can we implement this using Python. Okay, so here I have created a data point here, data set here. Okay, now we can do some import. Okay, we can import numpy, can import Seaborn, and we can import maybe matplotlib, pyplot as plt. The Seaborn is used to drawing. We can try the histogram here. Data. See the data. So from here it is clear that, let me scroll down. It is clear that these two values, this I believe this 102 and 107 and 105, these three values are outliers. Okay, so we need to calculate it. For that I can write a function, outlier detection, can get the data from here, then can have a empty list. Then I need to calculate the mean of the data first. So we can very easily calculate that using numpy. This is the mean. Now we can calculate the standard deviation. We can have a standard deviation. This numpy is very useful package. I can calculate the data. Now we can run a for loop with each data. Here we need to calculate the z-score. Okay, so z-score of first element will be, I hope you remember the formula, x minus mean divided by standard deviation. If absolute value of z-score, why we are taking absolute value? Because we have positive and the negative values, right? So if the absolute value is greater than 3, okay, here we are hard coding the value 3 because we know that this also can be sent it as a parameter. Okay, so if it is greater than 3, we are considering it as a outlier. Then we can add this to the, we can append to x. Okay, now at the end we can return the outlier. Okay, very simple code. Okay, just less than 10 lines of code. Let me run it. Okay, now we can call this function as data. Okay, this is comes as empty. So let me first run this. Again data is there. Now maybe something wrong, let me check it here. We have a mean here, x minus mu by sigma is the standard deviation, that is z-score. If absolute value of z is greater than 3, then it is 1. So here maybe we can print z. So we are getting only 1x. Let me see something wrong here. Let me print data. Okay, this is our data. For x in data, the data is printed correctly. Okay. Okay, yeah, the problem here is the okay, it's a problem with that return statement. Okay, now let me remove this. Okay, that is a small issue, the code. So let me try this. See, we can see that we have the outliers 102, 107 and 108. So these are our outliers. Okay. So in this way, we can easily find out the outlier in a data set. Okay. I hope it is clear. I can upload this file with this video. So maybe like if you want to check it, you guys can check it. Okay. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please do subscribe and like. Have a nice day. Bye bye.